My DVD recorder often likes to decide that it's not a DVD recorder. Well, to be fair, that might be just the discs. I'm not sure what the problem is. I had to record this over again. I wanted this to go up Tuesday, and then it would be another thing where it's twice a week. Now I'm hoping I can get it up Thursday, which is today as of me recording this. To be fair, the only thing that really needs to be salvaged from the last recording was this anyway. What? Yeah, that was from Arthropod. Level sucks! Hello and welcome to part 4 of Super Monkey Ball 2. Right, not much to say, let's just go. Actually, there is a lot to say. First of all, this is a re-recording. That doesn't matter in the end. Luckily, I should have copied my file, and in fact, I again forgot to here, so I'm not listening to my own advice. Well, I didn't tell myself this, but I didn't learn from my own mistake there, I guess. That's what I ought to say, but yeah, that's brilliant. Well, anyway, pro skaters, you just have to pause that thing in the way, and then this thing, you just have to wait for it to get out of the way to get past. It's self-explanatory by showing you, so I don't really need to tell you, but I did anyway, because I'm an insane guy like that. Alright, but, oh my, okay, that wasn't good. Go. This is all about momentum. As you can kind of tell there, I had too much momentum. That was of the too much variety. Oh my. So, anyway, but yeah, well, to basically explain again, like I explained in the description of part 2, but, just to sort of reiterate, the reason why the last parts had such a choppy frame rate, well, I guess frame rate's not really the word, it's not actually frame rate, it's just lag, really, but it looks like an unstable frame rate, so that's basically what I called it. But basically what it is the DVD recorder is sort of just meant to, like, sort of like recording VHS or that type of thing. It's not really meant for putting files on a computer. It does it better than certain other things I've used, but okay, I can't do this very easily level, really. Brilliant. Well, that's a good sign for Arthropod. I've been talking about this a lot. Well, you'll see why. This is just gonna go full-out rant mode by that point. Anyway. But yeah, basically, so the files it records in, which I've already explained, are .vob. They're not really computer compatible, and you know, so they sort of like different tracks and things. It all processes it sort of weird because it's meant for like DVD players, and I'm guessing by the fact that it can't record very easily, that DVDs are sort of a complex thing. So, but, you know, so basically, I had recorded something before just to see if it would record on that disc, and it did. That was a lucky disc for me, actually, but then it stopped working. Yeah, you know, it's, just hope it doesn't do that again. I mean, who knows, really? I mean, I don't want to, you know, be optimistic or pessimistic. Dynamic maze. Right, I sort of did this level in a really weird way once. Like, I even have a replay of it. I don't know if I'll bother to put it in. No, I probably won't bother to record it just because, I don't know. But I don't know if it'll work, but anyway, you know how you can sort of see how, well, you can kind of get the gist of this level. It's just a maze where the pieces sort of lift up. The thing is, if you look down here, hold on, let me try to pan the camera around. Okay, I can't pan the camera around. Thanks. Alright. See how, like, throughout the whole level, there's sort of one, like, throughout the middle. The maze itself knocked me into the goal. Okay, but you know, sort of like the middle, there's a lot of pieces of, like, maze there all the time throughout the whole thing. And I sort of just jumped across that whole thing. Sort of weird, like, really, or when I was doing it before, like, really quickly, like, beat the level. Actually, no, I didn't, because I wasn't precise enough. I think I, like, hit the weird little party ball thing. It's, like, from Smash Brothers, actually. But I didn't quite go into the goal, and I was off to the side enough to be outside of, like, the range of one of the maze pieces, and I had to wait for it to come back up. At this point, I think... Wait, am I insane, or for some reason in the last recording when I was playing this level, did I mention Richard Nixon? I think I'm just insane. Maybe it was both. I don't know. I don't know what the context of that was, but I think I remember having been talking about Richard Nixon when playing launchers. Anyway, this level's sort of difficult, but it's like a fair difficult. It's like, well, it's a little annoying. You need to use the... Oh my! Oh... That's disappointing. Well, you can kind of see what you need to do. You need to land on the top, then use the map to look at where the goal is. You basically have to... Yeah, you have to have it in the middle sitting, pretty much. And then, like, drop in. So, you have good eyes to do that, though. I mean, if it's too close... No. You can't... It's better in the close setting. Oh. Well, I'm not going to be able to make it now. Kill myself. Instead of just doing this, which I did anyway. Anyway, so to explain what was going on, why those videos were so laggy, basically, the videos, the tracks that I recorded, sort of overlapped each other. So the first one played through in entirety, and then the next one sort of started that length through already. And what that did, because I don't know why it does that, but yeah. So basically, I lost like 8 minutes of that video. So what I decided to do instead was play it with the DVD in my computer, just like a normal movie, but record it using the software I usually would use to record like emulators and things like that. Only problem is I sort of cranked up all the parameters. I like full screened it and recorded the full screen, which I don't have like a super high res monitor, but it's still eh. Why can't I land in the goal? But, you know, and then I put it into 30 FPS, which is all it can record. To be honest, no, that's about as high as it could record, isn't it? Because I think the GameCube is only 30, right? I don't think it's 60. I mean, I think anything's technically capable of any frames per second that you want, but... Okay, seriously, why can't I get into the goal? This is silly. But, you know, this game in itself isn't 60 FPS. And, to be honest, frames per second like that is, like, only worth, wow, that's impressive at the first time, and then, like seriously, when do you actually need any more than 24 in reality? I don't know. Like, I played... Ooh, okay, I'll take it! That was insane. That's not how you're supposed to beat that. I'm saving that. I'm saving that as a replay. Okay. That's super quick. Look how quick it saves. Okay. Yeah, I do have the memory card. How would I have gotten back here without the memory card? Okay. I took it out because I don't trust it. And I'm just used to that. This GameCube, I have a weird memory card. And it likes, well, it doesn't do it anymore, but it liked to always say, the memory card is corrupted and needs to be formatted. And basically what that means is that you lost everything on the memory card. For some reason, when I was younger, I would always think that it was like if you turned off the console without going back to the title screen, and even though I kind of figure that's probably nothing to do with it, I still am paranoid enough to not want it to do that, like turning the system off before it's ready to be turned off. I don't know. So, you know, I took it out so that I could just quickly turn it on and off. I remember Mario Golf on the Game Boy Advance did that to me too. It didn't tell me anything, it just... I lost everything at one point. Oh yeah, by the way, new Mario Golf games just been announced, Nintendo Direct. That's awesome, if they do it right. No, I think, yeah, let's go that way. Okay. Sorry about that jump cut. Anyway, yeah. When I say if they do that right, I mean, well, all the portable Camelot Cross Mario sports games, which is to say, Mario Golf and Mario Tennis, up until Mario Tennis Open, I've always, okay, why can't I do this? You just have to wait till the things go into the slots, and I'm not doing it because it's hard to time it. Did this first try in the original recording. Anyway, what? Yes! See, a little tricky, not too bad. But, anyway, but yeah, all the games have always been, like, you know, the portable ones have always been like RPGs. They've also sort of had, well, for instance, Mario Tennis Power Tour. Like, you know, a game I just Let's Played, is, you know, a good example of that. It has, like, all the RPG elements, even though it's very, you know, sort of... you know, I mean, it's still tennis, but it has, like, leveling up, and it perfectly fits with tennis, you know. And all the portable games had done that, whereas the console games were just simple, you know, whatever. Until Mario Tennis Open, which sort of forgot about that. That was a big disappointment, and I mean, that game's a lot of fun, but it's disappointing that they didn't do that. And, you know, so I just hope they do it right. I mean, you know, Mario Tennis Open, and like I said, it was a lot of fun, but it was disappointing that they didn't have the RPG stuff, and if Mario Golf World Tour, which is what it's called, has it, that would be awesome. Anyway, alright, I've been trying to explain why the video is laggy. Basically, yeah, I turned off all the parameters to as high as they would go. 30 FPS being the highest you can record on the software anyway. But, problem is, that recorder lags the computer a lot, anyway, and it doesn't really do that if I have it on reasonable settings, you know. Sort of average resolution, you know, like, well, you know, like a low resolution, just a piece of the screen and, you know, 15 FPS, something like that. Which works with, like, Game Boy Advance games and NES games, that type of stuff. Yeah. Recording in 30 FPS and a full screen kind of lags it a lot. So yeah, it lagged the video as it was playing because it lagged this whole computer so much. The whole computer so much that it even the video that it was playing and indeed recording started to lag. So that's why it looked so bad, and I apologize, but hopefully I won't have the same problem because I've only recorded one other thing on this to make sure that it records in the first place, and it did, but I don't know if this one will. And why is this so impossible? It's an easy level. Seesaw bridges. He was really good in Tron. Get it? It's a Jeff Bridges joke. It's not funny. Okay. But yeah, that explains that. Anyway. Now I can talk about whatever without having to constantly go back to my other subject. That was a problem in the original recording, and that's why I was kind of sort of glad that I had to re-record. Like, I wasn't glad that I had to re-record, but I was at least glad that I was happy to do it. Even that's wrong. You know what I mean. But also, is it just me, or has YouTube been sucking? And when I say that, arthropod, much like this level. And when I say that, I'm not talking about layouts. I'm not talking about, you know, channel pages, home pages, video page layout. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about the video player. Like, it's taking so long to load. I'm doing a test. All right, I'm doing a test right now as I'm recording this. 2 videos that I want to watch are loading. I started them, I paused them right away, just had them loading in the background, and I want to see if I can't watch those videos, or one of those videos, at the very least, by the end of, or you know, when I'm done with this recording, if I can't just watch the videos right after I'm done with this recording, Google seriously has messed something up. And I tested Blip, okay, I tested Blip, just to see, because Blip had always been the bad loading thing. Like, it never worked, you know, very well either, or at all, rather. You know, it had always been really slow. But recently, they've kind of been upping their game with that, you know, so I, you know, just watched, you know, a random video that never really worked any better or worse than any other one on Blip, and it worked fine. So it tells me it's not my internet, you know, it's not the computer, it is the YouTube, and it's not just that player either, it's YouTube in general. You know, I'm thinking, I'm sort of saying that it's the player, but it's not really that, because it was doing the same thing. Like, the Wii U gamepad has always sort of been loading faster. It has always loaded YouTube videos faster, sort of, than my computer, bizarrely enough. I'm not sure if that's strictly true. I'm just used to portable things not loading as well. Well, it's not really. I'm saying the Wii U gamepad, it's the Wii U itself, I'm just used to using it standalone. Sort of with the TV off, just, you know, sitting and watching something on the gamepad because I can, and because it's cool, and because my iPod Touch's headphone jack is messed up. Actually, yeah, that's a really cool thing, though, that you can do that. That you can just sort of use it as its own thing, but if you want to, you know, read something or whatever, you can just put the video on the TV. Turn it on using the TV control. You know, just minimal effort. That's what I like. And, you know, you can turn the volume down if, you know, you can have it play through the speakers, you can have it play just through the headphones, since it doesn't stop playing through those. It's cool. Anyway. Enough of that. Arthropod. Have you seen what's wrong with this? Have you noticed that I've been waiting? 18 seconds before starting. That's the number. Because I'm waiting for 42. I would reference what you're thinking that I'm going to reference, having said that number, but I'm not. Because this level doesn't deserve to be associated with that. It's that bad. So I recently, watched a video of a speedrunner just talking about how well designed amusement vision games were. And, you know, I mean, this is basically the only Amusement Vision game that I own. But yeah, you know, everything's really just quick. You get right into it. You know, the mechanics are reliable. They work. It's just fun games. There's no skipping levels. There's nothing. There's just you get better at the game, or you don't beat it. It's that simple. It works. It's like retro games, but it's you know, modern concepts. They're very modern games, but they work. I guess technically, when you think about it, the GameCube is retro now because it's 2 generations back, which is the Nintendo 64. Are you serious? If the Nintendo 64 was retro and the Wii was out, I guess Wii U being out, GameCube's retro, same type of concept. It's over 10 years old now, which sort of troubling thought. But anyway, but yeah, so well-designed games. Except for this level. I mean, he didn't mention this level, but yes, that was awesome. Okay, but this level, okay, you can kind of see what's going on. There's a spider thing, and it's rotating this ring stuff. Everything about how quickly the games work, and just how compact and precise they work, thrown out the window. It's a difficult thing to get past those legs to begin with, okay? And top over the little gaps in the rings, because, you know, that's a little tricky to do, you know, especially considering you have the ball momentum, you know. But because, you know, the ball physics, you know, it like has all the momentum and everything that a ball will keep, but it's from a sort of perspective that follow. Okay, this is really creepy. This is really creepy. Did he say he's gonna give her a massage? This is really creepy. I thought this game was rated E, but I'm starting to question that. Can't be forever one with the aggravation that this level will instill on someone who's not prepared. Okay, what? Oh, I'm sort of overplaying this. Okay. Anyway, but this level, it's like, it's hard enough to get past those legs, but that would just be fair if you could just go in and restart, but the goal rotates around it. So you need to wait before you can go. That part right there, it sort of looks like you're dying, like in a first-person shooter. Weird. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, it's like you have to wait for the legs to get out, or not, for the goal to be ready, to be in position, and before you can go. It's stupid. Also, that thing right there, where it goes, kind of reminds me of like an old, like a retro game, like sort of intro. Like where the company name would show up, that type of thing. But I can't think of what it is. Yeah, you know the one though, right? That? Maybe I'm just insane. Probably a bit of both. The whale. Anyway. Also, to explain all of the cities, well, they're not explained at all, because that's this game for you. But, a way of explaining it, actually. Special thanks to the Nintendo Sony man, who commented on the last video. Basically, he sort of jokingly talked about, it's the lost city of Atlantis. But really, think about it, that's it. That's it, isn't it? Key Island. So you got Ai, Mimi, Gone, and Kiki. Sort of a pattern going on here. Okay, but anyway. But yeah, think about it though. The whale's just strolling along, minding its own business, and suddenly there's this city. It doesn't know what to think of it, but it doesn't care and just keeps going. Its mouth happens to be open and it gobbles the whole city up. Think about it, it makes sense. Ish. Oh, it's another ei-ei-poo. I was hoping to avoid another one of these. Whatever, that seems like it's gonna be every level, so we better get used to it. Anyway, hold on, if they can fly, why are they rolling through the courses?